Okay, this exercise is for lower traps and for stabilising the shoulder blades. So we're looking at, if your shoulder blade is sort of sitting on your back, we're looking at pulling in the bottom of the shoulder blade so that it really tucks in and we've got a good supportive shoulder girdle. You're going to need a bench, a coffee table, something of a reasonable height. This one is a little bit low, it can be a little bit higher than this. Just see what you can find. You're going to also need some kind of pole that isn't too heavy. So a broomstick is great, a walking stick is fine, a bamboo cane, as long as you can get a reasonable width grip on it so that you can hold it overhead without feeling like you don't have the flexibility in your shoulders to hold it. So what we're going to do is we're going to kneel in front of your bench or chair, and you're going to rest your forehead on the edge of it, and at the same time you're going to rest your tail on your heels. The aim of this is to stabilise through your spine and your core, so you shouldn't have to do too much work just to keep your spine still. So we're going to stay here, and then we're going to have a hold of our bar with nice straight arms, and we're just going to lift up and drop down. Really feel like you're keeping your shoulders down away from your ears while you're doing this. And if you're doing this in the stabilisation phase, you're going to be holding for 2 seconds and lowering for 4. So we're 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's an alternative to this if you have a Swiss ball, which I find a little bit easier in terms of range of motion, but a little bit harder in terms of your core control. So what you're going to do, if you have a Swiss ball, you can also do this on a Bosu, which is the half balls, is you can put your belly onto the ball. My feet are out of shot, but they're a little bit wide, so I'm nice and stable. I've got those 3 points of contact, and from here I can do the exercise here. And because I don't have the bench in front of me, I've got a little bit more range of motion. It doesn't matter too much because the key part of the movement is this last little bit where you really start anchoring the shoulder blade down. So that is our exercise for bringing in the trapezius and stabilising the lower scapula.